Hello guys, my name is Adam, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a fun, efficient Tryndemere build I found. Many people say Tryndemere is overpowered, and in some aspects I believe them. But mainly it's because he is so easy to use. I mean, it doesn't take a lot of mind power to figure out how to do an efficient, Tryndemere build. Anybody that's played League of Legends for a good amount of time could pick up Tryndemere and easily have a good game with him. It's unfortunate, but I think it's just how it is. Pretty much his whole design is based around critical strikes. His ability drain is Fury, and the more Fury you have, the higher percentage of chance you have to get a critical strike. So pretty much in a Tryndemere build, you're going to want a lot of critical strike items. And I start off with one. Your first item is going to be the Executioner's Calling. I think it's a great item because it provides enough lifesteal even throughout the whole game. I mean, it gives you 18% lifesteal, which I have found is good enough to last you into the late game, which is good because you don't have to go out of your way and buy, say, a Bloodthirster. So I really like the Executioner's Calling. Now, to build the Executioner's Calling, you're going to need a Brawler's Gloves, which gives you critical strike, and a Vampiric Scepter, which gives you lifesteal. Now, the first item you're going to buy right off the spawn at the start of the game is the Brawler's Gloves, and that's going to give you 8% critical strike chance, which is, it's pretty effective. I mean, if you're 1v1ing a guy in lane and you hit him with a crit, there goes 200 of his health, and that's a huge difference because without that, you're just sitting there hammering on him and it's not doing anything. So I like to get that first. After that, you're going to go with your boots, and for boots, I like to get the Berserker's Greaves. Tankier build suggests Ninja Tabby, but I don't like that because you're not getting any life, or, you're still at around the 0.8 attack speed area, and that is not going to, it's not effective at all. So I get the Brawler's Gloves, the Berserker's Greaves, and that's going to give you 25% attack speed, and it's going to get you around the one. You're going to attack once every second, which is pretty good. And the next item, you're going to be hopping right into the late game build. You're going to get the Infinity Edge, and this is very important because it's going to give you a lot of attack damage and also critical strike chance. If you pair, the 25% critical strike chance you get with this Infinity Edge, and say you have Max Fury, you're going to be around the 55% critical strike range. So 1 out of your every 2 hits is going to be a crit. And I think that's great. I mean, if you can get this item relatively early, you don't have to rush it, obviously. But, go away. But if you get this item, kind of early, you're going to be looking great. Now, the next item is kind of optional. I mean, it's giving you attack damage, which is nice, but it's also giving you armor penetration. Now, with this item, if you see the enemy team building armor for you, which, you're probably going to see in ranked games, they're going to get armor. You're going to get this because you're going to use that armor penetration to melt away their armor. But if the enemy is stupid and they don't get armor, you can go with another, you can skip that and say you can swap this Thornmail with this Last Whisper if they're not getting armor. Because obviously, in the last stages of the game, I'm hoping they're going to get armor, because if they don't, their health is going to melt. So if they don't get armor early game, you can switch this Thornmail around and put it right there. That way you're already tanky in the early game, which is pretty good. I just like getting this because I feel if I don't get that armor penetration and the enemy team has armor, I start falling behind. And the next item, once again, we're going back to critical strikes. 55 attack speed, 30 critical strike on the Phantom Dancer. Any critical strike build, you need at least 1 Phantom Dancer. That's a given. So I get that, to finish off my damage build. And then what you're going to find happening is in the late game, you're going to start, taking a little bit more damage than you want to. That's why if, say, now this last time, the Thornmail, it's very dependent on how the game is going. If if the enemy team has, say, a Master Yi or an Action Fed, obviously they're going to be doing attack damage. So you're going to want that Thornmail. But say, an AP carry, like you know, Vagar or something gets fed really, really bad, you can go with a Guardian Angel, and that's going to give you both armor and magic resist, which is going to be more effective than just the armor. Because either way, you're going to want to take a little bit of damage, because Tryndemere is not as soft as, say, you know, a Timu character would be. But that's pretty much the build. I'm going to hop right into the gameplay and show you how this build works. See you guys there. Alright, so I got, I think, around 6 or 7 clips from this entire game, just showcasing kind of what this build can do. So, hope you guys enjoy. This clip here was pretty funny. I took down a bar of Exon's health with 1 crit. Alright guys, so that's all the clips I have for you today. As you see on your screen, this is his, well, that's about as close as finished build as I got this game, and my crits were doing on average 700, if you can see on your screen there. So this can really melt players. But anyway guys, if you liked the video, please leave a like down below. It really helps me out. And if you like the content I'm putting out, I do a lot of these videos, so subscribe to my channel. It'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks, you guys.